got. You know what I'm saying? And so I
You're
always
writing
felt
for
as
you.
if, yeah, and I always feel like I had to create something that was original. I never was, like, a lot of times people use samples and shit like that. A lot of my hits, man, they never were samples. I never used samples. I never borrowed melody from other things because I always felt like I wanted the consumer to feel something original. I always felt like I wanted the consumer to feel like, damn, what is that? That shit makes me feel so amazing. Like, I really love that fucking song, right? But it's like it's something about that song that feels original, but it feels brand new. And that's just my way.
So
Is just,
do you think about the artist?
yeah, no, for sure. Like, if I'm writing a song for someone else, you know, a lot of times people, um, I'm sorry, I'm just bringing up the song. A lot of times people, if someone asks me to write a song or produce a record for them, yes, I'm definitely thinking about them, so much to the point that's all I'm thinking about is that artist, right? And I start with the concept, or I start with the feeling from me and my soul, what God gave me. But then all I'm thinking about is that artist and their perspective, their DNA, everything about them that's particular. And I deal with the particulars. I start with the particulars, and then there's also a concept of knowing the do's and don'ts. Like, I always felt like there's a foundation in life.
Yep.
There's rules.
Yep.
And those rules and those boxes always got to get checked. You know what I'm saying? If them boxes ain't getting checked, the shit ain't whenever you skip that process, because a lot of times I say to people, you know, they always like to timestamp shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, today, you know, people don't do that, or, you know, the way shit is now, or the way kids are now. And I'm just like, that's really bullshit.
Yep.
Because it's like the same shit they drinking now is the same shit they was drinking before. Like, still drinking champagne. They still busting this shit down. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But it's your particular way that you decided with Bel Air to create this brand of champagne. You feel me?
So let me ask you this, because someone asked me this today, and I'll give this was my answer. Someone asked, how do you stay relevant? How do you keep a brand relevant? So to me, it's over time, and you've been doing this a long time, you got to keep up with the music, right?
Yeah.
And to me, my answer is it's like fashion. Fashion constantly is evolving. It's constantly changing. Couture is constantly being updated. And that's the key, is you gotta stay with it. Is it the same view for you?
Yeah. I mean, when you talk about a brand is built on, to me, a brand is from your soul, right?
Yep.
It always had, and that's what I was saying, it's basically a foundation.
Yep.
You gotta always build a great brand is always built on a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? And not to be all philosophical and shit, but it's like when you get to talking about life is important to your brand, right? Because you're selling music, or you're selling you're selling to consumers, right?
Yep.
And so I always think about whenever I'm doing anything for the consumer or the world, from my brand perspective, I feel like it's always about integrity. You know what I'm saying? There's always a sense of integrity that I like to keep into everything I do. So a lot of the fans already know, like, oh, Sean Garrett, oh, he the shit. Why is Sean Garrett the shit? Because I love his songs. Why you love his songs? Because my songs have integrity, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to give the world, give the people that quality shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want anybody to take a listen to any of my records and say, oh, that shit is cool. You know what I mean? It's okay. I'm always striving to be the best and give the consumer the best shit I could possibly give them. You know what I'm saying? No matter if and it's always going to start from where I came from, my soul. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never compromising the integrity of my music for nothing. Money, opportunity.
I'm sure it's bigger than a sentence, but what is it that makes you so successful so long now in doing songs? What do you think's the common denominator between it all?
Shit. Number one, I'm a hustler. Number two, I'm not taking no for an answer. Number three, Integrity, man. Like, I'll play you a little bit of this shit.
Yes, yes. How old is the song now? How old is the song now?
I think the song might be 18 years old now, man.
Doesn't it? I mean, does it? For me, it gives me goosebumps. This idea. That's the beauty of a song or a bottle. You know, it's it. If you can make it become iconic, you know, that's
Every
the
approach,
beauty of it. Is you're creating something, a point in time. It never gets old. It will always be fresh.
you know what?
It
Like,
can live forever.
you know what, Brett? Every song after that, well, like after that first song, the next 10 songs were Hot 100 number ones. I've been like one of the greatest songwriter producers of my generation. You know, to go from Yeah to Sierra's Goodies to the next one was Beyonce's Check Up On It, Destiny's Child Soldier, Lose My Breath, Chris Brown's Run It, Give Me That, Ain't No Way, Water Wall, Pussycat Dolls Buttons, Fergie's London Bridge, Enrique Iglesias DeMilo, Mary J. Blige, Enough Crying.
Amazing,
You know, the shit
amazing.
goes on and on. Like, but like I said, the foundation is to make sure that I'm giving you that quality feeling that, like, I got a new record that I just did for Usher. The fucking shit is a monster record. It ain't the same thing as Yeah,
Yep,
because it's a different vibe, but
yep.
it's still going to be just as good in reference to the DNA of Usher. His DNA, what he represents. Like, I'm so proud of my brother, man. He's still out here doing amazing. He just just closed on an amazing, you know, show that he's started doing in Vegas. The shit's been sold out.
So
You know,
so based on all that success, what motivates you today?
the love of it, man. Like, the passion. Like you don't like I'm one of those people, man. Like, all those people that you was talking about earlier, I think we all share, like, you know, when you talk about, you know, my man Ross, is my brother, because we connect. He told you what he wanted from me,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Because he know how passionate I am about what it is that I do. We all have this common thread. When you talk about a Khaled, or when you talk about like, I think Khaled is one of the most amazing marketers in the world. He
Correct.
understands how to
100%.
market whatever the hell
100%.
he's selling. He gonna sell that shit. He gonna sell that, whatever he's selling it.
100%.
And we all got different. We all have different brands, different qualities, different talents. But one thing about talent and the ability to understand brand is we all know greatness, because what comes with greatness is integrity. And I'm talking about that passion that every day when I wake up in the morning, I'm trying to make the next monster. I'm trying to do better than I did yesterday. I ain't sitting thinking about what the hell I did. To answer your question, I'm not thinking about what I did with
Yeah.
Yale. I'm not thinking about
Yep.
what I did, you know what I'm saying, on Check Up On It, or Get Me By It, to Upgrade You, or Ring the Alarm for Beyonce, or Diva. All those songs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I was so blessed, man, to work with Destiny's Child, man. I did so many records on, you know, Girl, T-Shirt, Is She the Reason I'm Through With Love. That's cultural shit that all the women in the world knows those songs. They love those
So,
songs,
so
because I wasn't bullshitting
correct.
with the idea of what a woman is about. You feel me? Like, the same respect I have for my mom is the same respect that went into the song Girl for
Yep.
Destiny's Child.
Yep.
Or Mary J. Blige, Enough Crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, that's like real shit. Like, I've done enough crying, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just real life, man. Real
I
life,
get it.
real integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Sean, I'll ask this question. People have asked me, like, who do you, because we work with a lot of artists, and my answer, like, who do you want to work with? Who do you like working with? And to me, it's a type of person. I want somebody like Ross, and Ross has certain qualities that I love. I just love. Are you doing the same thing when you're deciding if you want to work with an artist? Is there something that you're looking for that they all have in common?
Yeah. It's always a connection, man. There's some people, man, that just inspire you.
Yep.
Some people just, like, I feel like sometimes we're just born, we have an instant connection with certain people because they have the same values. Or sometimes you admire people. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes you're inspired. Like, it's some artists that I've worked with that, you know, I have so much respect for, right? I have respect for them, not just because they're talented, but because of the way they do, the way they live their life, the way how serious they take their work, how serious they care about their kids, how serious they care about life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really like wasting time, man. I'm not really a bullshitter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're past that point. You gotta, you know, you don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I never was a bullshitter from the first, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom was very serious about life. My dad was more laid back and cool, but his job was like, my dad was like, you know, he do shit like go kill Bin Laden and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like special, you know, special force type shit. You know what I mean? But my mother was more, you know, she was just hell bent on like being serious about, you know, when I was 4 and 5 years old, man, I was making up my bed and taking out the trash and making sure my bathroom was cleaned and making sure, you know what I'm saying, the dishes was done and shit, like at 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? So my mom wasn't really fucking around when it came to life, school. It didn't matter how much money we had. Shit, I felt like, man, when I was growing up and I was really, really young, shit, I felt like we was rich. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't about money. It was about doing what it was that you had to do.
Correct.
And if your life, if my life, I felt like my life was fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom made sure we had great family values. You know what I'm saying? There was just values. You valued everything you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never took shit for granted. And so to be honest, with that one song, like, I take every opportunity as it could be my last opportunity.
Correct. You have to. You have to. And when I say this to Ross all the time, when good things happen, you got to work harder. You can't stop. You got to actually work harder. What are you most proud of from this year, 22?
Well, you know, like the last project I finished up, man, I'm really proud of the Summer Walker Still Over It album. You know what I'm saying? I'm executive produced that album, man, and shout out to Summer Walker and LVRM, man. I was really proud of that album. You know what I'm saying? Like, that album hit hard. You know what I'm saying? It was the #1 album in the country. You know what I'm saying? We fucked up the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the women really related to that album. You know what I'm saying? I felt amazingly proud. I always feel proud. You ask anybody, man, like, I probably did more #1s for females than I've done for my brothers, just because I was so inspired by my mom. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the shit that, you know, your inspiration, I always wanted to uplift women. Like, I've always just been the type of person that wanted to just uplift women. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I've always been a person that respected women because of the respect of my mom.
Good for you.
Instilled in me, you know what I'm saying? So,
Sean, if you ask me who my hero is, it's my mother. 93 years old. She rollerblades every day. She's taught me being. She gives me my edge. So, on a personal note, I have a question for you. I've been doing a lot of interviews in Africa. I love the African artists. I love Afrobeats. What do you think of Afrobeats for you?
Fucking love it, man. Like, I really like the team. I love teams. WizKid, oh my God. Like, I felt like the inspiration from the sound, it's from the soul. Afrobeats is, if you look at the dance that comes with the sound of Afrobeats, and when you see this cultural rising of this emotional, because if you notice, like, I'm a rhythm guy, you know what I'm saying? My melody comes from my soul, but I'm a rhythm guy, you know what I'm saying? Drums is my shit, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what makes me really dynamic, because I can give you an amazing melody over drums without needing a chord, and it's more of a tribal thing, right? And so when you listen to Afro beats and you really look at the Africans dancing with their song, it's almost like an emotional, they're actually emotionally exuding this feeling that if you go and watch it, if you're not from there, you're like, what the fuck are they feeling? Because whatever they're feeling and they're evoking to us, it feels like they're in a trance almost.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
that's
vibe.
it's a beautiful way to put it. It's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and that's just like, you know, I'm a very intuitive person, and it's a blessing to just feel people. I can feel energy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love it. I love it. Sean, I love talking to you. I was super excited to hear your stories, your success, your longevity, your passion.
Thank you, Brett.
To hear you talk about your family, that they're the inspiration, they're your beacon, your North Star. I don't know, you've given me a lot to think about, and I love the idea. As I said, it's you know, the example of Little John and his team saying no, and you're saying fuck that, I know this can work, and now I got to convince you, and that's the self-made side to me. Like,
yeah,
that's
man,
the fight.
And Brett, you know what, man? I was relentless. It's like when I came to your spot, man, I liked your brand. I said they don't have anybody like me. See, I'm an original. You know what I'm saying? I'm when people talk to me, they know it's coming from my soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not talking no shit. I'm not trying to sell myself. I am
Yep.
who I am. I'm very
Yep.
confident in who I am, but I also respect and love people who share the same thing that the struggle is. When people talk about the struggle, man, the struggle is not a bad thing. The struggle is an amazing thing. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so the process of, I always talk to people when they ask me, like, what's my favorite song that I've ever done? Yeah, it was my biggest struggle, man. Like,
Yep.
I was told no so many times,
Yep.
but I was relentless about that shit. And I was like, I already know. I know, y'all, when this record hits, when the fans hear this record,
Correct.
it's going to turn into something special. That's the biggest record of, it's like the #1 or #2 record of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? It changed music. We actually changed music. Me and Lil Jon today are fucking the best of friends. We actually was working on, we actually did this new record for Usher. Me, John, and my man Bobby Avila did this record for Usher. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing. You guys are gonna love it. And it's just that created a friendship, a lifelong friendship, man, with me and John. We didn't know each other, and that's another lesson about life. People you don't end up knowing, man. You people that you don't know, that you are inspired by, you end up meeting him, and you end up being friends for life.
Sean,
so
everything you're saying is speaking to my soul. Everything you believe in, I believe in.
I knew it was something special about your brand. I was telling your people when I came by your place. I really like it's. I had met you, but it was something special that relates to me. Like me and Ross have been very supportive of my career. I've been very supportive. We've done some some crazy shit, me and Ross. And I love him, man. He's always supported me. But we share this. I know he's from the bottom. He know I'm from the bottom. But we're relentless. We're relentless, bro. Ain't shit stopping us. We ain't going to be stopped. You ain't telling me no.
Correct.
You ain't going to stop this motherfucking smoke.
That's right. That's
it's on the way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna will it to happen. It's either get out of the way or get behind me. It's one of two choices.
Please believe it, because it's on the way.
Sean, I love it. Thank you for taking the time with Self-Made. When I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna hook up with you. I'm so happy you came to the space. It's gonna continue to evolve and get better. It's your house now. It's your home. So come and visit anytime. But I appreciate you preaching the story of your Self-Made, and everybody for listening.
Man, thank you so much, Brett, man. Keep inspiring the world, brother.
Thank you. You too. You too. Can't wait to hear more. Thanks. The Pen, everybody. The Pen.
Yeah, smashing the radio. Bet I pinned it.
Love it.